This is Mary Kay again with Liza. She has more to say about the new requirements from the $50 million Race to the Top grant from the U.S. Department of Education here in Georgia.
This is where we come in trouble with standards again, like we have been with K through 12, when we're going to start dictating what a 3-month-old has to do and what a 6-month-old has to do and what a 12-month-old has to do. In the first 3 years, never is it more evident that kids do things at different stages. There's a general idea of when kids do certain things, of course, but they're going to start labeling these kids if they're not sitting up by 6 months old, or it's going to give them this excuse to start using the early intervention, which is a good thing, and start labeling kids as disabled before they have even had a chance to go at their own pace to develop certain things. I mean, I know some kids who aren't even walking by 18 months, but it doesn't necessarily mean there's something wrong with them. They're just learning at a different pace, and you have to factor in everything. And nobody knows better than the child care provider and the parent who is working with them every single day if it's really a developmental delay or if they're just a little bit slower in that area, and they'll come along. But when we get into this mandating standards for birth to 5, that this child has to do this by this age, or they're falling behind, it's going to create hysteria, and we're going to have this quality daycare crisis like we've created. There's a public school crisis when there isn't one.
Wow, so I had one daughter and she started walking at 9 months, and my youngest daughter, she started walking at 15 months.
Right.
So they're both doing just fine now.
Exactly. But if you look at the standards, they're telling you they have to do this at this age and this at this age, and you just can't mandate something like that.
And so what would you suggest for the state school superintendent, if I were elected to state school superintendent, for me to do about this early learning grant that has already been received?
I would request that you listen to early childhood development specialists as to what is developmentally appropriate and what teachers really need to be expecting out of their children. Is it specific things at specific ages, or is it just paying attention to the needs of every child? I would suggest focusing, like I said before, on smaller ratios and smaller classes and more resources for parents and teachers, more wraparound services. That's especially with children with autism. They just need those wraparound services. They don't need to be assessed and assessed and assessed.
Thank you, Liza.